Hey everyone, it's Jamie Slays. Today I am playing with the Cali Oversized GGD plugin. I mean, unless you've been living under a rock or something, or your Wi-Fi doesn't work, or you don't play guitar at all, you would have seen all over Instagram and YouTube, everyone who's anyone has been playing with this plugin, and I've been sent it by the guys at GGD, so thank you very much guys for sending it on over and let me play with it, because it's amazing. I'm going to do a screen recording and just kind of play through the presets and then show you one that I've made myself. I'm using my Ibanez RG8IX6FM with my Jamie Slays legendary pickup signature gatekeeper in the bridge and in the neck, in drop C for some kind of metalcore, As I Lay Dying, Killswitch Engage type riffs. You know, when you're growing up and you're in the 90s, and you're learning to play guitar, you want to sound like Parkway Drive, As I Lay Dying, Killswitch Engage, All That Remains, God Forbid, kind of like every new wave of American heavy metal band, Trivium, every band, like every producer was doing it as well. It was a Mesa 4x12, you know, Mesa triple rectifier, PV5150, tube screamer, SM57 vintage 30 Celestion speaker. So Nolly has gone, guess what guys, I've made a plugin that makes you sound like all of those bands and more. You can make your own, you can use the presets we've got, and I'm going to go through them now. I'm just going to play through the screen. I'm recording into Logic, screen recording with my guitar and all that kind of stuff. I'm using the new DSP Nolly Archetype plugin, and I'm just turning off the speaker, which I'll show in a sec how you do that. And I'm using the same preset all the way through, give or take some effects, just because I want to show how different a cab can make the sound. Because I always thought, if you have one head and 10 cabs, that won't make a massive difference, will it? When actually I was so wrong. It totally will. I always thought you wanted to have one cab and loads of heads, but I was wrong. So yeah, let's crack on and play with the plugin and we'll see how amazing it sounds. So I'm at the computer now, as you can see on the screen, I've got the Nolly Archetype plugin by DSP. I'm using a Metalcore preset that I made based on Nolly's cab settings that he showed on Instagram recently. First of all, I just want to show you what the plugin sounds like with the speaker turned on. Sounds pretty sick. Then to turn it off, you just right click here, then you'll hear this and it sounds a bit like a Metal Zone. Pretty good if you want to sound a bit like old school new metal, Slipknot or something. But if you want to sound great and you want to use the Cali cabs, then you need to turn that one on as well. So I'm just going to pretty much go through the presets that are already here, and then we'll just play some riffs and see how those sound. And I'll have a go at the end at making one of my own ones. I'm going to be talking through it as well, and then we'll just go through what the cabs are. So let's go. Let's just start with the first one, which is Bread and Butter by Misha. One thing I really like, you'll notice at the bottom here, is slightly different to before. Instead of having the option to go closer to the cab or further away, you've got dark and bright, and then obviously you've got your standard volume. You can have up to 7 cabs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have different mics as well. There's 6 different mics here, or 8 if I can count properly. Technically I think that's 7, because the Fredman is a dual kind of axis SM57, so you get 2 SM57s, one on axis and one off, I think, if I remember rightly. But yeah, for example, if I turn these dark and bright knobs, and obviously you can solo them as well. Which is really cool, because traditionally I tend to like my cabs to sound like no reverb, no room sound, and just the mic right up on it. But I found when I was going through the presets that there's some that I'm pleasantly surprised by, more so than I thought I would be, because I usually just go for an SM57. As you see here on the screen, we've got the Fredman as well on the first cab. And as you notice in the bottom left, when you have the Fredman turned on, you can't then change between dark and bright because it's got both mics on at the same time. They sound amazing. Like when I first opened this, I played with the bread and butter one for maybe like an hour. Didn't go to any of the other ones. I'm like, that'll do for now. Just leave it like that forever. 4 ribbon mics, which is the R121 microphone. You can also change the output to be louder from the cab itself rather than changing on the plug-in. That was quite loud, so we won't have it that loud. Fredman syncs, I guess. Yes, it's all Fredman. You'll notice as well I'm using the same plugin for the tone on all of them because I want to show just how different a cab makes the sound of your guitar. English, yeah. I was chatting to Nolly like a year ago when I kind of first started getting into the cab stuff, and it was when he was doing the Zilla cabs plugin, which I'll do a video on as well after I do this one. And yeah, he was like, to be fair, if you had one head and then 10 different cabs, that would be better than having one cab and 10 different heads because of how different it makes it sound. So this is a good test to prove that. Mid-gain treasure. Just turn the guitar down a little bit. Yeah, that sounds really nice. Modern and massive! It's so good. Again, it's crazy how a cab makes a huge difference. And the fact that you're using a plugin as well and doing it with clean DI means you can change the cab whenever you feel like it if you change your mind, or have different cabs for different sections. But yeah, as always, I'm very impressed. Perfect, I think, refers to the kind of like the low rumble. I think Nolly calls that the purr. Yes, simple detail. Just 3 mics, all the same one. Very much, well, not just that metalcore sound, but you can get any kind of sound out of these. As with all the other cab plugins, you can also load your own IRs as well. So you don't have to just use these, you can load your own and mix them in, and then you can export that overall sound as one sound and then use it in like a Quad Cortex or a Kemper or an XFX or something like that as well. The D word, I wonder what the D word is. Okay, master EQ makes a difference. I assume the master EQ, correct me if I'm wrong anyone, but I assume the master EQ is, if you don't have the master EQ on, it's kind of like a default sound and you can tweak it yourself with EQ, and then this is when it's been tweaked by Nolly and the guys at GGD already. Because this sounds very raw in compared to this. But I like that, because then you've got the option of having like a I guess it's an EQ'd, already EQ'd IR, or one without EQ on it. So then again, enough choice already, you can now go through all of them again and turn the master EQ on and off. But yeah, the master EQ kind of tidies it up, makes it sound a bit more pushed. These sound so good, like you could literally choose any of them. Yeah, fat lead. Oh, I guess I know I said I'll keep the same preset, but I kind of have to turn a solo on just to see how different it sounds. Make sure I turn the cab off. Well, I mean, yeah, that sounds amazing. Let's just get back to where we were, because otherwise I'll forget what preset we were on. These are so good. If you haven't had a go with it yet, download it. It's super cheap. There's a link in the description below, but I'm pretty sure there's a trial for it as well. Yeah, I really like all of these. These are so good. Let me know in the comment section below which ones are your favourite. So far I think mine is bread and butter and possibly down with the thickness. Let's just have a bit of fun here. Look at that! I didn't even realise I've turned it down by an octave. That's weird because that sounds a bit more like a neck pickup. Yeah, well done guys. Nolly and the guys at GGD have done an absolute stellar job with this plugin. I won't use the spread out stereo one because I don't have the audio in stereo, so I'll just go straight to the stings and nostrils instead. Bit of cradle of filth there. Or take it to the grave. I think this is the one Nolly was telling me is a metalcore type one. Yeah, you only get one shot. Oh yes. Like I said, this is probably the one I would play for hours. It's just one cab, one mic. Yeah, amazing. Let's just go through one of the ones that I made to begin with, the metalcore one. As you can see, it's a bit loud. Let's turn it down. I mean, I didn't make it. I actually got it from Nolly's Instagram page. As I've said all the way through the video, like, the plugin is sick. Thanks again to Nolly and the guys at GGD for sending it on over and letting me have a play around with it and make a video for you guys. I really like it, like really like it. I've used the Zilla one a few times in videos as well when I'm doing like heads through the two notes into Logic and, you know, adding the cabs on after. But yeah, I think this will now be the go-to plugin. Like the Mesa 4x12 is a cab I used to own myself for partway drive or kill switch engage or any of those kind of sounds, it was a Mesa or a PV5150, Mesa triple, single or dual rectifier with a tube screamer and an SM57 with vintage 30 Celestion speakers. Whereas what Nolly's done is he's basically, you know, he's tone searched for everyone. He's done the ultimate tone hunt, and this is the amalgamation and the result of him doing that, and like buying speakers on eBay and having like 85 speakers in his house. Like the video if you enjoyed it, want to do kind of plug-in videos where I play through the screen and that kind of stuff. Comment down below telling me what you thought of the plugin and which one was your favourite. Subscribe as always, because I'm posting new content all the time, and I'll see you guys next week for some more videos. Don't forget to head on over to their page and check out the plugin for yourself. See you guys very soon.